wanted to do a quick video using the Thompson and Chain Reference Bible to show you a little interesting study on the stars. And so I wanted to begin with Matthew chapter 2, where it says in verse 2, saying, "Where is he that is born King of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east and are come to worship him." And that's actually talking about the wise man. That's magus in the Greek, and it's interesting. I'm guessing that's probably where we get the word magi. So you could go to etymology.com, or it's etymonline.com, but you could just type into Google Etymology Online Dictionary and find that. So it'll say, I'm pretty sure it'll tell you that it comes from the Greek magus. I mean, that would be a pretty steep coincidence to have magus and it's not related to magi. And so, and then in chapter 2, verse 9 of Matthew, it says, "When they had heard the king, they departed, and lo, the star which they saw in the east went before them till it came and stood over where the young child was. When they saw the star, they rejoiced and it with exceeding great joy." So it's interesting that the wise men saw, it says they saw a star. But then if we flip over here to Luke chapter 2, it says that an angel appeared to them. And so it says, "And lo, the angel," alright, so it says that and there were in the same country shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of the Lord shone round about them, and they were sore afraid. And the angel said unto them, "Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord." So I thought that was interesting, because there it explains how they saw the shepherds saw an angel, but the magi, or the wise men, came from the east, probably Babylon, because that's where the Chaldean soothsayers and astrologers lived, to see the Messiah who was born, and they knew he was born because of the stars. So let's get to what I was going to reference with the chain reference in the Thompson Chain Reference Bible. I already have it marked there, and I'm going to be showing you, first off, I'm going to start with where it says the morning star, which is appropriate because they saw the star, and that's how they came to Jesus there in the references I just read to you. So let's start with morning star, and it's 4072 in your Thompson Chain Reference, and we'll go to Revelations 22:16 first. So in Revelations 22:16 it says, Revelations 22:16, "I, Jesus, have sent mine angel to testify unto you these things in the churches." Our gatherings, not the word churches. That's a different conversation. Look in my library at church. "I am the root and the offspring of David and the bright and morning star." So morning star. And then in Revelations 2:28, Revelations 2:28, "And I will give him the morning star." The morning star. 2 Peter 2:19. 2 Peter 2:19, "We have also a more sure word of prophecy, whereunto ye do well that ye take heed, as unto a light that shineth in a dark place, until the day dawn, and the day star arise in your hearts." So, day star, arise in your hearts. And this is under morning star in your Thompson Chain Reference under 4072. Numbers 24:17. Numbers 24:17. "I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not nigh. There shall come a star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corners of Moab, and destroy all the children of Sheth." So, star out of Jacob, referring to the prophecy of Jesus. And scepter, the scepter shall not depart from till Shiloh comes. Shiloh is actually said to mean to whom it belongs. So if you look up Shiloh in that, in Genesis there, I can't remember if it's 48 or 49, but where he's talking to his sons, he says the scepter shall not depart from Judah until Shiloh come, and Shiloh means to whom it belongs. So you could look that up for yourself to find that. I might do a video on that actually. So let's go ahead now and turn to 2777 in your Thompson chain reference, and we're going to look at Pleiades. So it says Pleiades, a group of stars. So we're going to look at Job 9:9. We're going to look at Job 9:9. And it says, which maketh Arcturus, Orion, and Pleiades in the chambers of the south. All right. Now we're going to look at Job 38:31. Job 38:31. Canst thou bind the sweet influences of the Pleiades, or loose the bands of Orion? Canst thou bring forth Mazzaroth in his season, or canst thou guide Arcturus with his sons? Knowest thou the ordinances of heaven? Canst thou set the dominion thereof in the earth? So now Amos 5:8. Amos 5:8. You have the benefit, you can pause it. Seek him that maketh the 7 stars in Orion, and turneth the shadow of death into the morning, and make the day dark with night, that calleth for the waters of the sea, and poureth them out upon the face of the earth. The Lord is his name. So the 7 stars, Orion, is called the 7 stars. Now this isn't actually in the in 2777 in your Thompson Chain Reference Bible, but go ahead and flip over to Revelations. Revelations chapter 1, verse, one moment please. Revelations chapter 1, verse, sorry about that. Sometimes I have trouble finding what I'm looking for. It's going to be right in... I'll just read 20. The mystery of the 7 stars which thou sawest in my right hand, and the 7 golden sticks. The 7 stars are the angels of the 7 churches, and the 7 candlesticks which thou sawest are the 7 churches. So I thought that was interesting between Matthew chapter 2 and Luke chapter 2, how it says the shepherds saw the angels and the magi of the Chaldean magi, some believe, who were the wise men, saw the star in the east. So just interesting. I don't know if there's a correlation there. But so now what I wanted to do is read to you over here in Joshua chapter 10, verses 10 through 4. And the Lord discomfited them before Israel, and slew them with a great slaughter at Gibeon, and chased them along the way that goeth up to Beth-horon, and smite them to Azekah and to Makkedah. And it came to pass, as they fled from before Israel, and were in the going down to Beth-horon, that the Lord cast down great stones from heaven upon them, upon Azekah, and they died. They were more which died with hailstones than they whom the children of Israel slew with the sword. Then spake Joshua to the Lord in the day when the Lord delivered up the Amorites before the children of Israel, and he said in the sight of Israel, Sun, stand thou still upon Gibeon, and thou, moon, in the valley of Ajalon. And the sun stood still, and the moon stayed, until the people had avenged themselves upon their enemies. Is not this written in the book of Jasher? So the sun stood still in the midst of heaven, and hasted not to go down about a whole day. And there was no day like that before it or after it, that the Lord hearkened to the voice of a man, for the Lord fought for Israel. So I wanted to share that with you. And while I'm at it, as it mentioned the candlesticks, go ahead and turn to Zechariah chapter 4. Zechariah chapter 4. In Zechariah chapter 4, sorry, sometimes I have trouble finding the people I'm looking for. Zechariah chapter 4, verse 10. Zechariah chapter 4, verse 10. For who hath despised the day of small things? For they shall rejoice and shall see the plummet in the hand of Zerubbabel with those 7. They are the eyes of the Lord, which went to and fro through the whole earth. So, with that, I would like you to also turn to Revelations. Revelation. One moment, please. Okay, I actually can't find it right now, but it's in Revelations where it talks about the 2 witnesses, and it explains how the 2 witnesses are the olive trees, and so that's all related between Zechariah 4 there in verse 10, and you can read all of Zechariah 4, and then in Revelations where it talks about the witnesses being the 2 olive trees, it explains how the king and the priests are the witnesses, and then you have the 2 witnesses, so that's the king and the priest, and it also explains to you how the 7 candlesticks are the eyes of the Lord, and it equates it there in Revelations chapter 1, how the 7 candlesticks, the 7 angels, and the 7 stars are related. So, all right, that's what I wanted to do for now, and I hope that helps, and I hope you learned a little bit about the Thompson Chain Reference Bible. All right, thanks for watching. Take it easy, y'all. Bye.